Hi, I'm Ava DuVernay, and she's...
And Mayati Cornaldi.
And you're watching A New Village.com.
Memories fall down like ashes from the fire we made love. And everything we're gonna say, we say it. See the black keys around the fire, feel the night air in perfect darkness, babe. Perfect darkness is all I can see.
Coming from where I came from, I thought making a film was possible. Liking a film, loving a film was possible. Working somewhere around it might be possible. And so that was my thing. My dad always said, do something you love. So I said, well, I love film, so let me find something I can do around film. So I fell into publicity, and I really liked it. I was good at it. I started a business around it. I started working on all kinds of projects. Dreamgirls, Invictus, Collateral, did animation, Shark Tale, Madagascar, did TV shows, Girlfriends, did brands, AOL and Blockbuster, and just always working around publicity and marketing. And somewhere in there I caught the bug. I saw directors directing, thought, that guy can do it, I can do it. let me give this a try. And so, yeah, just started writing scripts and making little shorts and picking up the camera and cobbling together a film school experience for myself. Listened to a lot of directors' commentaries on DVDs and went to, see directors anytime they were speaking anywhere, and picked up a camera and just started making mistakes.
I'd always been acting, since I was, little. Just had always loved it, but I never thought of it as a career, that it could be a career until later. Once I made the decision, I just kind of looked back on everything and said, I really love this. Why can't I do that? Because growing up and in high school, I have a best friend, and she and I, the plan was we were going to become attorneys, and it was going to be Cornaldi and Sweeney Incorporated, and that was going to be it. But somewhere along the way, I realized I don't really like law like that, not enough to go to law school. And so I realized that what I liked about it, though, was the courtroom drama, the arguing the cases, the suits. And I'm like, I think that's more so of an actor, not a lawyer. And so she went on to become a lawyer. Now I'll just play one on TV, but it works out perfectly. But for me, it's just something I'd always enjoyed doing. And once I made the decision of, okay, this is what I want to do, then everything kind of went in that direction. I focused my energy in that direction. I'm from Jersey, that's where I call home, but I'm an Army brat, really. Lived all over the place. Was born in Kentucky, lived in Germany, Ohio, Kansas. Once I decided that, I went to acting school in Jersey and then continued in New York. Did a couple, little projects and everything just to get experience. And then I said I want to do film, and film was in LA. And so I packed up my car and, drove out and stumbled along the way and did all kinds of things, TV, film, lots of theater, commercials, everything. And yeah, that was pretty much my journey, but have been consistently working and the whole time waiting for, not even waiting for, but working towards the kinds of opportunities that I'd always wanted. I have 15, 16 now, actually, nieces and nephews. I have people who look up to me, and I take that responsibility seriously. And so I didn't say yes to every single thing that came along my path. And so therefore, it allowed me to exercise my power of no. Sometimes I think that we think that when we're not at a place where we want to be, we don't have any power. But I always knew that I didn't have to do anything, and so I really held true to that. And You know, when this audition happened and I got to meet Ava and this kind of role, it really made me feel very much so grateful, you know, certainly blessed. You know, just grateful that she would give me a shot at something like this, you know, because I knew that it's something I've been preparing for.
The numbers of black and brown people who are incarcerated is disproportionate and really chilling. So had always been interested in the loved ones, kind of the people who are serving time along with their loved ones, and thought at one point I might explore it as a documentary. But then I started writing this love story and really exploring what happens when the person closest to us is removed from us, or if we're separated from those we love, whether it's through death or divorce. And then I thought about, well, what about separation through incarceration? And I can fold this in. So it was like a stew of ideas. But yeah, I wrote it a long time ago and put it in the drawer. Wasn't quite, I guess, ready to bring characters to life just yet. And financing was an issue, like I said. So it all came around. Yeah, no, it was lovely, but it was also bittersweet because certainly it was no indication of there being a lack of lovely films by women, black women before me. Julie, this is not working? You don't want this?
No, use it.
Okay. Julie Dash had been there with Daughters of the Dust, and Gina Prince Bythewood had been there with Love and Basketball, and I mean I could name at least a dozen other women that have been there with various work over the years, and so I mean it's a 30-year-old festival, and so for whatever reason 2012 was the time they decided to give it, and I was there. And not to take anything away from our film, but certainly I can't say that it was the best film by a black woman there, period, because that's just not the case. And so but yeah, the moment was very surprising. I was about to take a bite of a cracker when they called my name, literally, and just got up there, said something, and as I was walking out, they said, "We think you're the first black woman to win this." So the Best Director honor at the kind of most prestigious American Independent Film Festival is something that is, I think, a good thing for black film in general, because it just sheds light on a small film that I think of quality that is told through the black body. And is by a black woman filmmaker, and that's just as valid and that's just as nuanced as any other depiction. And I think it's about time that all of these films start to really be paid attention to. Well, I think Atlanta always gets kind of the short end of the stick in terms of American independent films because you never get them first week. It always been open 4 weeks, and then let's roll into Atlanta. Atlanta's been good to us. So we're opening in Atlanta on our first week. So we'll be LA, New York, thank you. So it'll be LA, New York, Atlanta. October 12th, we'll be at the Landmark Midtown. Really crucial with these films, these small independent films of all stripes, that it's supported by people who believe in them or are interested in them the first weekend. You've heard that before, but it's really critical because we won't make it a second weekend if we're not really supported. And when I say first weekend, I really mean Friday and Saturday. They've already made their mind up about what's working and what's not by Sunday morning. And when I say Friday and Saturday, I also don't mean just the nighttime shows. It's really important to have that 11, that matinee, that 2 o'clock, that 5 o'clock show on Friday and Saturday, showing significant traffic. So we've been trying to be very strategic in educating our community about what it takes to bring, black art house films, black independent films into these spaces. And we work with amazing partners on the ground on all of the different markets.